All right, everybody, welcome to the Agent Mastermind class. We are here with my good friend, my partner in crime, Mr. Scott Hudspeth. How you doing today, buddy?
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to this class we have to share. I tell you, man, I love nothing better than helping people to achieve their goals, get huge success. And one of the guys I have is a dear, dear friend of mine. Honored to have him on the call. We've been working together for quite a while now, and his name's Glenn Marino out of Illinois.
Wow,
without an S,
the crowd goes wild.
And today, we're very fortunate to have one of his realtor partners on the call. And the reason we're here is because Glenn flew over from Chicago to Plymouth, Detroit, Michigan, and we spent a couple days together. And he shared with me a strategy that he's helping one of his agents with. And I'm like, Glenn, we got to share this. This is amazing results. And during our polar vortex that we have going on here, he's getting listings day in and day out, and he's doing extremely well. So, Glenn, I'm gonna kind of shut up, take notes, and I know what you're gonna cover, and it's some amazing stuff. And we have your realtor partner on the phone, a dear friend of yours. Why don't you pronounce his name, Dave?
It is John LaTrenta from Macaulay.
John LaTrenta. John, thanks for joining us today, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, and congratulations on all your success. So, Glenn, I'm going to let you take the stage here, and again, I appreciate you being here, brother. Show us what you got, my almighty one.
Hi, well, let me tell you that I'm very, very happy to be here today, and John has just been nothing short of wonderful to work with. We advertised this probably incorrectly because we said that he's had up to $1 million in listings by using this technique, and he's probably been at it for a little bit more than just 30 days. And just last night, John emailed me and let me know he got another $285,000 in listings. So he's now over $1.2 million in listings within a 30-day period of time. So really proud to be with John and see that that he's just a great implementer. So today, my goal is to share with you. John's on the line. He's going to validate some things, explain what he's been doing with, and what people how they can grow their business using this. So we're going to get underway here with lead generation and prospecting for expireds and FSBOs. A little bit about me. I'm the president of BestWay Mortgage. I'm the chief strategist for Free Help for Illinois Real Estate Agents. Follow me on Facebook. I'm about 50 I use today's technology to help agents win every listing presentation and sell their listings faster. I do use results in advanced marketing, key to the success that my agents have because I help them to double their business. I'm also married to my lovely college sweetheart for over 20 years, and I have 3 wonderful daughters, the last one of which is going to go to the University of Alabama. A little bit about John. John, you helped me out here and make sure that I did this right, but he's an agent at Macaulay Real Estate in Tinley Park.
Correct.
John just started in the real estate business. John, when did you start?
Actually, I just got my license in early October of 2013.
Okay, so you are definitely fresh and a rookie. I like that. He's owned his own music store previously, so it's not like he came from a background of real estate. He is absolutely using today's technology to win every listing presentation and sell his listings faster. And he's using today's technology to even advertise other agents' listings. He's filling up his pipeline by becoming known as a realtor that uses the internet, uses internet marketing tools. And those people in his office that look at him and say, I'm not sure I could do that, John says, well, how about if I do that for you and I'll advertise your listings? So he's filling up his listings with other people's listings at the same time that he's getting his own. So he's, like I say, he's using results in advanced marketing to convert more leads into clients. The game plan today, I want to discuss lead generation, how to get FSBOs and how to get expired. I want to talk about and examine cold calling versus in-person visits. I want to look at the essentials of selling, a little what we call a daily success plan. I want to look at the law of reciprocity. What does that really mean? And how can we use it in our business? I want to talk about results in advanced marketing. I want to be able to look at 12 prospecting tips, some scripts, 4 scripts that have worked with for you.
Lose Glenn for a minute there?
No, I still heard him. Glenn, you there, buddy?
I lost
man,
him. I lost audio for a minute there. It might just be me. I don't.
Okay.
Again, what I want to do, too, is let's set the stage a little bit, too. John, can you just tell us a little bit about you've had, what was it, like the week before Christmas or the first week or two in December? You got 2 major listings. How much were those listings, and can you just share with us that one story about the agent that was in the way?
Yeah, actually, it was the I met Glenn through a seminar that he put on, kind of going through the same thing he's doing here. And can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you great, man.
Okay. And so I went through and I thought, this is pretty interesting. I'm being a new realtor, and I thought, being in business for so many years and advertising my own business and doing things, in music was one thing, but, in real estate, I was as rookie as you can be. So going with Glenn and listening to what he had to say, and then went back and having some background in the internet and knowing how to run my own website and do my own things with HTML and things. So I kind of took this a little quick, and so the tools he gave me, I went ahead and started going off expireds, picking them up, putting them on, and literally doing what he said was, making a little flower pot arrangement, taking all the brochures and all the marketing material that we did, put them in, and walking up to the door and literally banging in doors and saying, here I am, this is who I am, this is what I prepared for you. I'm sorry your home didn't sell with your last realtor, but these are the tools and things that I prepared for you, which I can help sell your home. Some people look at you like you're really, wow, you're out here giving me a flower pot, and, other people are kind of like taken back to where they just really don't believe what they're seeing, because they're used to seeing business cards and people coming and just dropping stuff off, and, the old black and white type of thing. So anyway, the story that Glenn was referring to is I drive and I see this woman talking to this other woman in the driveway, and I'm like, I don't really want to go up there and bother her while she's talking. I'll wait. So I went and I left and I got gas. I come back and I thought they were in the house. So I park on the street. As I walk up there in the garage, and the woman says, can I help you? And I says, oh, yes, I'm sorry. I says, my name is John with McCullough Real Estate. I noticed you had your house up for sale and sell, and I went through my little premeditated talk there, and I give her the price. She says, okay, thank you. And she was polite, and I said, okay. And I just left. And I'm not about 2 miles away, and I get a phone call. And she says, John, this is Debbie. This is the woman you just gave that information to. I was talking to that was my realtor in the garage that I was talking to, that just, I says, oh my gosh, I says, I'm very sorry. I says, I know the house expired, but I don't want to be, jumping on anybody. She goes, no, she didn't do anything for us. I'm so glad. And she goes, can you explain a few things? And I started explaining. She says, can you come over and talk to me and my husband? So that night I went over and I talked to her husband, and when I left I had the listing. So it was like, wow, this is easy. It just turned out to be, but it's amazing that when you go there prepared and you go there with information, you basically, what's the term that Glenn always uses, and you guys always use, the door is going to be warm for you, and that's the truth. If there's anything more true than that, when you come with information and give it to them, they're wanting to hear more, and it's just basically on how good of a salesman and pitch you can put to them to say, this is what I'm going to do, and how convincing you are to them, and then just back it up. That's basically what it comes to, is backing it up. So that was my story.
The best part about your script, and I'm going to repeat this script because when I heard it, I literally got chills, and Glenn and I were talking about it, and I'm like, oh my God. So he walks up and he says, hey, please accept this gift, and if you decide to market, if you decide you need to market your home again, I would love to interview for the position.
Yes.
Guys, that is so simple. It's non-threatening. And Glenn, you said a couple other words, like you're not trying to sell anything. You're just giving them something of value, like you guys have said, result in advance. That is the most brilliant script I've ever heard. So please accept this gift. If you're thinking about marketing your home again, I would love to interview for the position.
What we always do is we always leave the expired or the FSBO in a position of control, like they're the employer, we're the subservient employee. We say, should you decide to remarket your home, I would love the opportunity to interview for the job of marketing your home, because in their eyes, it was all about marketing. It wasn't the price that caused them the problem. And John, you sell nothing at the door, correct? You just give them the gift. Hey, this is what I've already prepared in advance for you. Please accept my gift of marketing materials. Have a great day. and you move on. You try not to sell anything at the door. Your goal is to get an appointment to come back and do a 1-hour presentation, which you got the invite to come back that night.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the key thing. That it makes them put the homeowner so much at ease because, you know, first of all, when you walk up with a flower arrangement rather than a briefcase, you don't look as in like, oh, what is he selling? Insurance? Is he selling this? You know, they're kind of intrigued to wonder what you are. It's like,
who brought me flowers?
Yeah, and I think that's why more people open the door because they're like, wow, this guy's delivering something. And I've gotten.
I heard, John, you're now known as the flower man in the neighborhood.
But hey, I got a question for you. Has anything bad happened? I mean, has anybody said anything mean or threatened you or anything happened bad?
Well, one time, and I told Glenn, you got a kick out of this one. Nobody's ever been mean or slammed the door. You know, they've all taken it. But the one thing is strange though, when a lot of people come to the door and they leave their screen door closed because, you know, they don't know who I am. But then you have this flower arrangement, and when you're handing them the flower arrangement, they take it as if like, what am I taking into my home, you know? And so I tend not to give it to them until I talk, until I tell them I'm not selling them anything, until I tell them I'm not, you know, trying to force something down them. It's simply just some materials. And then when they feel more relaxed, especially the older homeowners, and then when they feel more relaxed, they open that door about 4 inches, and you sneak the flower pot in there, and they grab it, and they close the door right away.
Well, you know, I've been thinking about this, Glenn, since we talked. I've been thinking about this. So like, why not use this for brand new listing presentations? So you take the flowers, and you say, hey, here's a free gift. Please accept my gift. And I appreciate the opportunity to interview for to market your home. I mean, really, what's the difference, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
It's the same. It all comes from the basis of results in advance. It's non-threatening, and you don't sell anything until you're face-to-face with them because people do business with people that they bond and trust with, that they eyeball, that they shake their hand. The gift sells itself. The more you stand there and try to sell them at the door, the more you're going to turn them off. So give them the gift, say goodbye, and let them have their day. And when they open up what's inside the flower pot, I mean, they're going to be pleasantly surprised and want that phone call or reach out. In the case of John, they reached out to John. He got 2 miles away, and they're already reaching out to him. John, by the way, what was that listing? A 500 and what thousand?
That was a 519.
A 519, and correct me if I'm wrong. Was it not 2 days later you got a 386?
Yes, and that was and then just Sunday was 284.
Okay, and this is all within about a 30-day period of time.
Yeah, this is since about the first week of December, so about maybe 6-7 weeks.
Okay. Okay. And this is in the dead of winter in the vortex of a
polar vortex. Yeah.
Well, and this is where we would expect them to say, sorry, I don't want to have anything to do with you until after the holidays, and instead you picked up $1.2 million in listings. So congratulations to you to being a great implementer. So again, going back to the PowerPoint here, I mean, people do business with people that they bond with and trust. You need to find opportunities to eyeball your leads, to shake their hand, to introduce yourself as a person. You are not a postcard. You are not a voice message. If you can start to bond and trust by giving them a gift, by using results in advance, by using the law of reciprocity, you'll start to find out that your conversions are going to be higher and people are going to want to do business with you. The key to your success is to have a daily success plan. I know that I've talked with John and I coach other agents to do the very same thing. We talk about 2 pieces that are critical to your success. The formula is 3 in-person visits a day, 12 to 18 success calls a day. Stop. Everything else is fluff, but if you can do 3 in-person visits a day and 12 to 18 success calls, you will have a business, a thriving business on top of that. Go back to the 3 in-person visits. That 3E means I don't care if it's 3 expireds. I don't care if it's 2 E's, 2 expireds and 1 FSBO. I don't care if it's 1 expired and 2 PCs past clients. It means you need to get a Starbucks, get a Dunkin' Donuts, get a coffee, sit down with them, eyeball them face-to-face. And how are you going to do that? You're going to make 12 to 18 success calls a day. You're going to find out, who wants to create a relationship with you. This is known as money-making activity. This means that when you come into the office, you've already scheduled into your calendar between 9 and 11 that you're going to make these phone calls. You're going to turn off your emails. You're going to turn off your Facebook. You're going to turn off your phone. And you're going to then do nothing but make money-making activity. Do this and watch your business grow. You can even go so far as what I'm doing. I've become an accountability coach for some of my agents. They fill out at the beginning of every week, Monday through Friday, how many in-person visits and who it's going to be with and how many phone calls it's going to be. And so with that, I then collect that, and then I talk to them on a weekly basis saying, how did we do today? How did we do at the end of the week? Were we successful in meeting our goals? So today's strategy is going to give you both an opportunity to create in-person visits that will be non-threatening like John is talking about, and you're going to be able to see how you can make success calls. You have to ask yourself.
Hey, Lisa. Hey, really quick before you go any further, and we'll save that. We'll make sure we stay on and answer all the questions. But Lisa Hargy says if they're not home, and I thought it was brilliant in our neck of the woods where we have snow. What you told me, just to save a little time, is you look to see which door they go in.
Yeah, John,
and you put it where they have to see the flowers, correct?
Yeah, he looked at the footprints in the snow, and he realized that some of them don't use the front door. They use the keypad on the garage. He saw their footsteps. So John would just leave the flower pot right next to the keyless pad entry so that they had to trip over it and would take it inside. And then John.
And then remember when I brought up my idea, John? Hey, John, listen to this. So you know at the dollar store they got these things that light up, like battery lights or whatever?
Right.
So what if you took and you got a piece of string, you got this thing that lights up in case they come home because it gets dark so soon. They come home at night, they would never see it. They may not see it or whatever. So you hang it from the light on their garage with a flashing light that costs another $1. Just put it up there, or even break one of those little things that actually light up for a couple hours.
Oh, right,
How
right.
cool would that be?
Like
Interesting. Okay. Look at you.
John, by the way, let people know. I think you said that you have a 50% at-home ratio going, where 50% of the people, when you go door calling, they're home, and you got the other 50% where you're just leaving the flower pot, correct?
Right, and the reason I think that works is I don't go out till about 3:30. One reason being I figure if they are working moms, most of them are going to be home when their kids get off the bus, and I've seen that a lot. So between 3:30 and 4:30 is when I go out to deliver.
That's brilliant. That's great, John. So you have to ask yourself, what is my competition doing with expireds? Well, I know that I've talked to a lot of different agents, and they're either sending out a postcard or they're calling and leaving a voice message. Well, it's funny. I've gone into homes, John, you probably have done the same thing, where they show you they got a stack of postcards, but there's no personal relationship. They haven't bonded and trusted. They haven't met anybody at the door. No one's given them a gift. Or as they say, I've had a dozen voice messages, most of which they probably have deleted. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to be just another postcard? Is that how I want to grow my business, or do I want to be just another voice message? Have you ever wondered how to be a green fish in a goldfish bowl? Do you want to have a unique selling proposition? Well, your results in advance, where, again, you're giving a gift, where you're giving marketing material that you've created. It might take you 20 minutes to create. That 20-minute investment makes you a green fish. You're no longer a postcard. You're no longer a voice message. And now, all of a sudden, you're standing out above the crowd. So you're going to get out of that goldfish bowl and become a unique seller. So should I call my leads, cold call, or should I make in-person visits? Again, some people might be saying, well, John's, a little more gregarious than I am. I may not necessarily want to ring the doorbell as my first hello or my first entry. So let's take a look at both techniques real quickly. If you do cold calling, you need to time block 4 to 6 hours a week to prospect. You need to call 60 to 90 leads a week. Let's break that down. That's 12 to 18 calls a day. That goes back to your success plan. Do the people on the call, do you have today or will you have tomorrow a list of who your 12 to 18 people that you're going to be calling? You're not going to take incoming calls. You're not going to sell anything over the phone. 50 to 60% of the expirers will not answer the phone. If you call 60 prospects, that means 24 to 30 of them will answer. With 24 to 30 live conversations, your goal is to get 5 appointments. That's 1 a day. The only reason you're calling is to get a face-to-face appointment. You're going to agree with what they say on the phone, and you're going to get an appointment. Any selling will be done in person. You are not going to sell them over the phone. And after you prospect, you must have a database management system. I don't care if it's an Excel spreadsheet. I don't care if it's Google Doc sheet. John is putting out there 2 and 3 expireds a day. And in essence, let's do the math. I mean, that's, if you do if you do 3 a day times 5 days a week, that's 15 a week times 4 weeks in a month. You've got 60 pots out there. Your seeds are growing for you. If you don't have them in an Excel spreadsheet to see which ones did I have an in-person handshake and visit with, which ones did I leave at the garage door, which ones am I supposed to follow up with a second call, you will lose control. So you need to have a good database management system. Personal visit, my personal favorite, is to use results in advanced marketing. Prepare your marketing pieces the day before. John, I could be wrong, but I think the night before, I think you and your wife, you put your flower pots and your marketing pieces together. You ring the doorbell with a 50-50 chance that they're going to be home. You give it to them, slide it through the screen door like John says if they'll crack it open, or you just leave it where the footsteps are. You're going to set the appointment after they review your marketing materials. Here's my gift. Please accept my gift. I'm looking to interview for the job. I'll check back with you in a couple of days. Have a great day. You're going to have a higher rate of conversion because you eyeballed them, because you shook their hand, because they now have started to understand who you are. And when they open up the marketing materials and they see that you've done a kind act for them, marketing their home, they're going to say, psychologically, they're going to start to like you. So once you see both techniques, choose the one that is best suited for your personality. If you're like John or I, you're going to ring a doorbell. If you're somebody that feels more comfortable in the office, you're going to set up your appointments with your cold calling. Let's talk a little bit about the law of reciprocity. Reciprocity in social psychology refers to responding to a positive action with another positive action. So in other words, a kind action is rewarded with another kind action. So if you're providing marketing materials in advance of meeting with sellers, you haven't met with them, you're just giving them a gift. But if you have shown them that you've got a property website created for them, that you've got a text messaging system, that you've got a mobile website that downloads into a cell phone, you begin to build trust and you begin to bond with that seller. They're looking forward to that next come around of John or someone like you. You may receive a positive action back from the sellers. So you have to first ask yourself, why did the expired's home not sell? Why did they not renew their listing agreement? Well, in the eyes of the seller, was that there was not enough marketing of their home. It wasn't the price. The marketing didn't bring a suitable buyer to purchase their home. So your focus is on marketing their home. So when you want to interview, you're interviewing for the job of marketing their home. In fact, any flyer you prepare, any brochure you prepare, any property website that you create should make absolutely no mention of a price. The last thing you want to do is for them to get excited about you as a marketer and then they look at a price that you put in there and you haven't even done a CMA, you haven't even done a sit-down with them, and they get all of a sudden upset with you because what's this agent talking about? My home is worth more than that. Focus on marketing, no mention of price. So now, results in advanced marketing. What if you prepared the following in advance? What if you did create a property website? What if you created a flip book presentation that told the seller, the expired, the many different ways that you're going to sell their home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner? What if you created property business cards that had a thumbnail for their home, bedrooms and bathrooms, and the text code number on it? What if you created a brochure? What if you created a text message number that allowed the property website to download into a cell phone? In today's environment, in 2013, so many agents need the ability that when buyers see a home curbside, it has curb appeal. They want to be able to download that listing into their cell phone and see a photo gallery, see a virtual tour, see what's inside that home. What if you created a neat postcard that the seller can share with family, friends, and business associates? What if you created a hits report because you're an internet marketing savvy agent and showed them where their home, where their listing is being found in realty sites and in social media sites? What if you created a Facebook listing page that got up to 40,000 eyeballs? Would you be looked upon favorably? And what if all this took 20 minutes to prepare? I mean, John, at this point in time, other than the Facebook listing page, what's it taking you and your wife to prepare the marketing flower pot? John,
how long does that take?
Yeah, how long is it taking you to prepare them?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hear you perfect.
We probably We probably prepare, 15 to 16 a week. Probably takes us a half hour to get all the pots from start to finish.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So what if your presentation looked like this? Here we've got a floral arrangement, and again, I happen to go to Hobby Lobby. I happen to go to Michael's. I also look for sales. If you talk to the people at those stores, they'll tell you, well, every 2 weeks we put our floral arrangements on a 50% off. That's usually when I'm in there. And again, what if we sprinkled it with property business cards? What if we put a brochure in there? What if we put a cover letter in there saying, this is what I've already done for you? That would be a big plus above and beyond a postcard, a big plus above and beyond being a voice message. So let's start with lead generation. How do we get these leads? How do we get to take this flower pot, these marketing materials, this gift that we want to give to them? Where do we find these wonderful leads? And why is leads number one? Leads are number one because leads are the gas that drives the car. It drives our business. We need to have a constant source of leads. Don't wait for the phone to ring. Anybody who is phone averse, this isn't the career. You need to be actively pursuing, actively on the offense of calling your FSBOs, of calling your expireds, of calling your current database. Let's talk about buying quality leads. You can buy quality leads by going to for sale by owners. You can buy quality leads that have expireds in leads. You can also buy leads that are lis pendens. Lis pendens would be people that are in litigation, that are in the middle of foreclosure. You can buy all of these from as low as $40 if you just wanted to do, say, expireds only, or $89 if you want to do for sale by owners and the expireds and FSBOs, or you can be up to $115 if you want to get leads on all three. Why do I need to buy the leads? Well, again, people say, and I got to admit, many an agent will say, Glenn, I'm more than happy to go into the MLS and get my expireds. And that's probably what John and I have seen with other agents. They're willing to just get their own leads right out of the MLS because it's readily available. Or you can get your for sale by owner leads by going either to the newspaper, or in my case, I go to www.forsalebyowner.com, and I put in whatever city I'm looking for FSBOs, and I'm able to market them to the FSBOs. Again, how long does it take? How do you value your time? If you're researching your own lead by going into the MLS, if you're going into www.forsalebyowner.com, you're spending time away from your prospecting. So spend your time doing highly productive activities. Again, you can buy the leads, or you can create them your own by going into the MLS or by going into the FSBO website. A recommendation would be to go either to RedX or go to LandVoice, and you'll be able to get FSBO, expired, and lis pendens leads. So let's just take 1 week of RedX examples. It gave us 110 for sale by owner leads in just 1 month. Again, that saves the time of you prospecting in FSBO internet websites. It also gave us in that 1 week 33 expired listings in 4 days. Again, it saved the time of having to go into the MLS and find those that are expired. Let's do the math. If RedX is on pace for approximately 200 leads this month, that means there's about 2,400 leads that I can anticipate for the year. The FSBO and expired membership runs as low as $89 to $112 if you get a lis pendens subscription. So basically, I'm trading $1,068 to get over 2,000 leads. So if I get just one $200,000 listing and it sells, and it brings me a 3% commission, that's a $6,000 commission to pay for $1,068. And that was only one. So far, John's up to 3 and rolling. Over 50% of the FSBOs will list in 4 to 6 weeks. So in 4 to 6 weeks, your leads are very ripe. Within 30 to 60 days of working this program, you are very busy. Because again, you're putting out there, just like John is, he's putting out 2 to 3 expired pots every day out there. He's got to circle back. He's very busy setting appointments, looking for that 1 hour, one-on-one in their kitchen, in their dining room. So how can you get those listings? Let's take a look at prospecting. Time block 4 to 6 hours a week to prospect. Again, it's taking time to call 60 to 90 leads a week. That means setting up your daily success plan to do 12 to 18 calls a day. Don't take incoming calls. Don't sell anything over the phone. 50 to 60% of the FSBOs don't answer the phone. If you call 60 prospects a week, you're going to get 24 to 30 that will answer. Of those 24 to 30 live conversations, your goal is to get at least 5 face-to-face appointments. The only reason for your calling is to get a face-to-face, agree with what they say, and get an appointment. And any selling will be done in person, and after prospecting, put the notes into a database so you know when you circle back where you left off with the prospecting with these potential leads. And lastly, number 12, don't take it personally. It is a numbers game. The more people that you call, the more appointments that you will get. And don't give up after the first call. First call can be, I'm not interested. Therefore, many a good salesperson might just quit after that. The second call, they might just have some questions for you. Maybe what they're currently doing isn't working for them. And maybe that they need to see your results in advanced marketing tools. And after the third call, you've booked the appointment. You're going to find 2 different kinds of people out there. They're going to be mean versus nice. You're going to have the very sweet little old lady that is willing to take your flower pot. And John, you've been third degreed by the little Italian guy who said, you may have impressed my wife, but I'll let you make your presentation, but I'm not signing anything until I've talked to 3 agents. And that same night, he said, John, out your listing agreement, and you signed up a $518,000 listing agreement that night. I'll take my chance.
The same question comes in a lot. So what is he like? So when he drops off this flower pot, and does he typically? And I don't know this because I'm not a real estate agent. I work with a bunch of top agents, but I've never been asked this. When he drops this off, what does he call back? Does he do a handwritten postcard? How does he follow up with those people?
John, how do you follow up with those people? John, you there? We may have lost John. Typically, John will circle back with a face-to-face, especially if it's just someone on the 50% that he has not met face-to-face. He hasn't shook their hand. He hasn't eyeballed them. He's definitely going back for a face-to-face. And he's basically using a 3 strikes, you're out rule. If after 3 attempts you're either not home or after 3 attempts they're not willing to set an appointment with him, he's moving on because he continues to plant the seeds out there, continues to plant leads. And, so he's going to go back and he's going to circle back with a face-to-face. If he's already had a face-to-face and they've given him either as a phone number or an email, so he will coach. But again, as many of the agents on the call know, in the MLS, there's not a lot of phone numbers for the expired, so John is going to be going back and actually ringing the doorbell and trying to get that appointment face-to-face. Again, I've got some FSBO scripts here that have been successful, so let's just take a look. Here's an example of, yes, we are cooperating script. Hello, may I please speak to the owner of the home at 123 Main Street? You got him. This is him. I understand you're selling for sale by owner, and I'm not trying to interfere with what you're doing. I just was wondering, are you cooperating with real estate agents? Well, yes, we are. If you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a 3% commission. Okay, that sounds great. Do you mind telling me a little bit about your house? Well, it has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and a pool and floors, etc. Well, that sounds really nice. Is there a time where I could come by and take a look at the property? Book the appointment. That's the whole purpose of it. Here's another script where they're not cooperating because we're trying to save money. Hello, may I please speak to the owner of the home at 123 Main Street? Well, you got him. This is him. I understand that you're selling for sale by owner, and I'm not trying to interfere with that. I'm just wondering, are you cooperating with real estate agents? Well, no, we're selling it ourselves, and we don't really need an agent. Are you selling it yourself because you don't like realtors, or are you just trying to save money? Well, we have nothing against realtors. We're just trying to save money. I appreciate your honesty. Do you mind telling me a little bit about your home? Yeah, I'll tell you about my home, but I'm not going to list with you. Okay, I get that. Perhaps I know if I know a little bit more about your home, I would have it on top of mind if I met a buyer best suited for your home. So Fizbo then says, I have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, pool, hardwood floors, etc. Great, that sounds really nice. Is there a time where I can come by and take a look at the property? Book an appointment. Script number 3, nope, we're not cooperating with agents, and guess what? We don't like realtors either. Hello, may I please speak to the owner of the home at 123 Main? Yep, you got him. I understand that you're selling for sale by owner, and I'm not trying to interfere with that. I just wondered, are you cooperating with real estate agents? Nope, we're selling it ourselves, and we don't really need an agent. Are you selling it yourself because you don't, or you're just trying to save money? I just don't like realtors. I appreciate your honesty, but if you don't like realtors, I'll bet it's because you had a bad experience. Well, yes, I've had several bad experiences, and I can do this myself. Okay, I understand, but have you ever had a bad experience eating out at a restaurant? I know I have, but that doesn't stop me from eating out. All I do is go to a different restaurant. Do you mind telling me a little bit more about your home? That sounds really nice. Is there a time where I can come by and take a look at your property? Book the appointment. And Fizbo script number 4.
So the bottom line is a lot of people come in, like a lot of people are asking, like, where is he getting the flower pots? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he's getting it from the dollar store.
From the dollar store,
or
from Michael's, or from any craft store,
something like that. So here's the thing: the goal is the huge picture here that I want everybody to understand is it's providing the law of reciprocity, which means giving something of value in return for them they feel like they got to give something back, which in this case would be an interview, which means either you like them or you don't. They like you or you don't. You can work with them or you don't. It's not a have-to situation. It's a want-to. You get to decide who you want to work with, and if they want $1 million for their home and it's worth $500,000, you got to make that decision. But it's getting you in front of somebody that now goes into your database that now you build a relationship with, like we've talked about the last 2 or 3 weeks. We talked about how to connect and engage and interact with your database, how to follow up with your database. We talked about Phone Burner, amazing system. Now we're talking about how to get in front of the people and then how to add people literally daily. He's adding people daily to his database that he's following up with. And the proof's in the pudding. He's got over $1 million in listings, and he's marketing other agents because he's just asked. He is asking for the business in a really cool way. So I just wanted to share that point there. I guess here's my question. If John, how much is John, so say John he's got $1 million in listings, over $1 million, and say that he spent $1,000 to do it, would anybody write that check? So say he only sells $500,000 worth of the $1 million in listings that he gets, okay? I don't know about you guys, but that's like a machine that you put, and he doesn't spend that much, but if he spends $5 per listing, and he gives out like 3 per day, 15 a week, and he spends $100, $200. He gets 1 listing per week, every single week, week in and week out. Now he's got buyer leads calling on the listings. Is there anybody that doesn't want that machine delivered to their house? That's you put in $100 and it spits out $3, $4, $5, $10, $15,000. That's kind of what we're going for. You got to have a way to generate leads. This is an amazing way to generate leads. You just got to go, okay, how do I provide something in advance of value, ask for the business in a really cool way. Hey, I'd like to interview you to market your home if you decide to market it again. So that's kind of where all this is going.
Absolutely, Scotty. We're spending some time on the phone approach, and we're going to end with the in-person visit and what John puts together. But it's all about your personality and are you comfortable with ringing the door, or are you comfortable with getting on the phone? The bottom line is it's providing results in advance and asking if you can interview for the job. You're not trying to tell them I can sell your home. I'm with the big box company. We've sold so many homes. It's rather being subservient, letting them stay in control, letting them understand that you would like to interview for the job. And this is what I've already created for you. Please accept it when you're ready. When you're ready to remarket your home, I'm ready to sit down and have an appointment with you. So again, going back to this, there's a Notre Dame study that said that 44% of the salespeople quit after the first time they hear an objection or a no. 22% of the salespeople quit after the second time they hear a no. 14% of the people quit after the third time they hear a no or an objection. And lastly, 12% of the salespeople quit after the 4th time they hear a no. So when you add that up, 92% of the salespeople quit between the 1st and the 4th time that they've heard an objection, which means that 60% of the sales close after the prospect has given you an objection or a no at least 4 times, which leaves that 8% of salespeople are left, because 92% of them have quit and are left with the prospect who's now ready to say yes. So until they tell you, don't ever call me again, until they tell you that I am not interested in seeing you or your marketing materials, they're a prospect for you. You need to circle back. You need to come back and find out if they're ready to look at results in advanced marketing. So rebounding wins championships. It was game 2 within the 2013 Stanley Cup. The first shot didn't go in. The first try to get that expired may not win the listing presentation. In game 4 of the 2013 NBA Finals, the first shot didn't go in, but the rebound did win the game, because the first shot rarely does go in, be it in sports or be it in sales. There's 10 things you can do when you're cold calling. Start with a FSBO or an expired package and spend, like Scotty's saying, a small $89 a month. Download those leads a couple times a week, or save yourself the $89 and do it yourself by going into the MLS, getting the expired. Time block 4 to 6 hours of calling each week. Call 15 people per hour. That means you're allocating 3 to 5 minutes per phone call. Call 12 to 18 people per day. Log your results. Set a minimum of 5 appointments a week. Follow up with everybody. That means, I start them out as white in my follow-up system. They become yellow when all of a sudden I've had the first contact with them. When I set the appointment, they become cool blue. And when they actually go to a listing, when they sign my listing agreement, I turn them into green, the color of money. Most importantly, when previewing the house, focus on conversations. Let them know you're a person, not on conversion. Talk frog with them. Talk about family. Talk about recreation. Talk about occupation. Talk about goals and dreams. Where are they going? They're selling this house. Where are they going? Maybe they're going to be moving out of state. Maybe they're downsizing. Finally, conversations turn into conversions. You've now become a real person. You're somebody that they bond and they trust. Now, 10 things you can do when you're visiting. This is what John and I do a lot of. Start with a FSBO or an expired package, or do it yourself. Save the $89 a month. Download those leads a couple times per week. Time block 8 to 12 hours of time per week, about 2 hours a day, with an hour that's being spent preparing your marketing materials for delivery the next day. Visit 3 people per day. Sell nothing at the door. 1 to 3 minutes if they're home. Again, don't take up a lot of their time at the door. If they're not there, leave the flower pot. Call 15 people a week. Log your results, call back, visit back, and set a minimum of 5 appointments a week. Follow up with everyone. And most importantly, focus on wanting to interview for the job. Be a subservient person. Should they decide to relist or remarket their home, you want to focus on the ability to interview for the job of marketing their home. So let's prepare an expired listing. This is a copy of the cover letter that John uses. He trifolds it and puts it in the flower pot. And if you want, we can just take a real quick peek at the very first paragraph here, because it's John's elevator speech. It's also what John uses at the door. He'll say, "Hi, John with McCauley Real Estate. I recently noticed that your home was listed for sale. It did not sell. That is unfortunate." He then goes on to say that, I just wanted the opportunity. Should you decide to remarket your home, I wanted the opportunity to interview for the job to market your home. Should you decide to put that home back on the market, please accept this gift, this flower. In fact, John has recently gone to coffee cups. He gets them from the dollar store for $1. And please accept this gift of this flower pot with all the marketing materials that I've already created to help market your home. Have a wonderful day. I'll check back with you in a couple of days to see how you liked it. And with that, he moves on. You're going to trifold that and put it into the flower pot. The cover letter goes on to say what he's created. It says, "I've already created the property website for you. and he gives them a link. I've already created this flip show, and he gives them a link. He's already created the property business card that is already sprinkled within the flower pot. You know, he's already created the brochure that he's rolled up and he's put there beautifully within the flower pot. Create your cover letter that states, this is what I've already done for you, step 1. Step 2, using the pictures from the MLS, create a property website. Any system will do. That can create a website. Copy that URL and put it into the cover letter. Some systems have photo galleries, virtual tours, what's nearby. So now you've got this great property website that possibly the previous agent did not use. They weren't an internet marketing savvy type agent. Step 3, if your system provides you with a flip show, paste the URL into the cover letter, saying these are the 17 pages that tell you the many different ways that I plan to help you market your home, sell your home quickly, profitably, and in a hassle-free manner. Step 4, create the property business cards using an Avery label template. Again, this is all done with Word. You can all copy, resize a home. You can all put in a thumbnail information about bedrooms and bathrooms, about their home. You can also then put in the property website URL. These can be printed off 3 across, 10 down. Take out your business cards, flip them over, put these gum labels on the back side of your business cards, and hand them to them and say that you've already created these great property business cards, that you'll create more should they decide to remarket their home with you.
Glenn, I got to tell you, this is probably one of my favorite strategies with the business cards. So think about this. So you walk into a listing, expired, physical, I don't care what it is, and you walk up and you have a business, you have 10 business cards of your own, right? And it's always like you're always handing out your card. Well, what if on the back of the card it has their home, their website, their QR code, their text code on the back of the card? Now it's not about you, it's about them, and are they going to hand out your cards with their property on it? Are they going to throw them away? That's the bigger question. Heck no, because they're throwing away their house.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know, I love that strategy.
Well, that's why this flower pot is so hard for them to throw away, because when they see it, not only is it a flower, and by the way, they're not live flowers because we kill them in many of the places. So, I mean, it's a nice artificial flower arrangement. And they see that their home is in the brochure. They see their home is in these property business cards. They see that the cover letter references their home. I mean, curiosity is going to get the best of them, and they're going to go to these websites, and they're going to go to the flip show, and they're going to pick up the cards and go, this is fantastic. This is my house. They're going to keep it on the shelf, and when they're ready to remarket, are they going to call the postcard? Are they going to call the voicemail? Or are they going to call the flower pot person? My thinking is they're going to the flower pot person because they got so many unique selling tools in that pot. Again, here's the next, you're going to create a brochure. Many of the property website systems print these automatically. I mean, there's nothing else for the agent to do. So you create or print a brochure. Again, if you don't have a system, then go to PowerPoint. PowerPoint will create these brochures for you very easily. We've done that in previous Agent Mastermind classes. You roll it colored side out, put a colored rubber band on it, stick it inside the flower, and they see now, wow, look at this. It's got a QR code. It's got the website name. It's got the text number. They're going, my God, this is fantastic. And when they actually use the text number, it downloads the complete property website into the mobile phone, which you tell them that this is what people, when they find their home in the internet, or when they text off of a sign writer that's sitting out on their front lawn, people are getting photo gallery, virtual tour, what's nearby into their phone right away, and the agent is getting an email notification. So it's a great system. Next.
Hey, a lot of people are asking, like, what system? Like, there's so many systems out there that provide a single property website system. The whole mindset, I mean, it doesn't matter. If you didn't even create a website, if you didn't even create we showed you how to do QR codes last week or the week before. We showed you, like, a free version how to do that. I mean, the text code, they're so stupid, dirt cheap. I mean, you can create those. There's a bunch of different systems. So we're not promoting any one system. What I would do is find one, because it's going to make you a lot of money and learn how to use that system to do the resultant events to provide something of value to the sellers when you go to the listing or you market to expireds or you market to FSBOs. Again, it's about building the relationship and building your database and then building deep relationships to get referrals from those people. Because if they, I mean, NAR said it the best. They said 80, I think it was 88% of the people said they would use the same real estate agent again, but only 7% actually did. Why? Because they forgot about who actually helped them get the largest purchase that they'll ever have in their life. So it doesn't matter which system you use. We're just giving you a strategy, and it works. I mean, if you didn't even do the website, the QR code, the text code, you just created a flyer for them, you're giving something of value, and you can do that right in PowerPoint, and you can grab the pics. If you guys haven't heard about it, but if you go to Google Maps, go to Google, my favorite site, and click on Maps, and then type in the address, it'll actually give you a street view of almost every home in the United States. You can screenshot it, and you don't even have to leave your warm office to create this flyer for your buyers to go do this on a daily basis. So it doesn't matter which one you use. So sorry about that, Glenn.
No problem. And again, one of the keys that we do, like John and others, we're only quote unquote borrowing the pictures from the MLS.
Right.
So we're trying to, when we create a property website, it's a private link. Only John or the agent and the expired or the seller can see this. It's not live. It's not out there in the internet. Nobody else can see it. And obviously, if you win the listing presentation, you, the agent, will take your own pictures, delete all those pictures, and you're going to start over with your own pictures as you move forward in marketing their home. Here's another thing you can do. You can do an e-postcard. Some of the property website systems create this automatically, so it's very fast, very efficient. But again, like Scotty said, you can go to PowerPoint and you can upload 3 pictures of the home. You can put in your, this happens to be Keller Williams. You can put the address of the property. You can put in a description of the property. I mean, you can then send this out to them and say, please share this, with family, friends, and business associates. Should you decide to remarket with me, letting people know that your home is for sale. Here's a
Very
text
cool
that many of these systems come up with. I mean, you can text one number to another. It's going to come up inside of a smartphone, a Droid, an iPhone, with a Mobi click here. When they click on that Mobi, it's going to bring up on their phone a mobile version of their property website. Fantastic. In 2014, agents need this system.
No question.
Your competition is going to have this. You got to have this. You put it into the cover letter that you've already created this if your system provides it for you, and let them, in the comfort of their home, text one number to the other number and watch the big surprise. Watch them pick up the phone next and call you and say, oh my God, you created this already for me, and you haven't even signed a listing agreement with them. So,
yeah, a couple things too. Somebody asked about, what was the question? Price. No, you do not put a price on there. Here's the cool thing I like about the texting. What if you're going to a brand new listing presentation? It's tonight at 6 o'clock, or you're going to go walk the street and pound on a couple doors like John does to do expired listings or FSBOs. And the cool part is, what if you are standing there with the seller, right? And you go, hey, let me show you something I've already created for you. And you text them the code to their mobile website of their home. Hey, and if you decide to market your home, just let me know. I'd love to interview for the position. Just accept that as a little gift. I'll keep it active for a little bit. And if you decide, hey, I'm not going to sell my home now, just call me and I'll delete it. Here's my card. Oh, by the way, on the back of the card is your website text code, QR code, and that's something else that I would give you to hand out to everybody in the neighborhood and let you know. There's other things that I do, but I just wanted to share with you what I've already done for you. Guys, how can this not work?
Scott,
oh my God, it would just be, it's just, I don't know, it kills me.
Scotty, you brought up a really huge point there, and it's called the pain of disconnect. I mean, when they see all this that's in the flower pot, if you've given it to them, you've eyeballed them, to make them, to find out if they're serious about remarketing their home, draw a line in the sand. Say, I'll keep this up for you for the next, 48 hours. Let me know, but I'll take down the property business cards. I'll take down the property website. I'll take down the QR code and the text messaging number, because obviously you might have something better. I'm not meeting your expectations. And I mean, the pain of disconnect to these people is going. They've not seen anything like this. If they're really serious about remarketing their home, they're going to say, this is by far the Cadillac. I want to go with this person. So anyway, you sprinkle the property business cards throughout the floral arrangement. You insert the rolled up brochure. You stick your trifold cover letter, and be prepared for a big wow. I mean, they're going to take it inside. You do not have to sell at the door. Give it to them. Thank them for their time. Eyeball them. You know, give them a firm handshake, and you're gone. And that will sell itself inside the house. You will get that follow-up call, like John did, or when you come back, they will remember you as the flower person, not the postcard, and not the voice message. So
no question.
Let's recap here. So who is the expired going to call if they're serious about listing their home? Is it the agent that sent them the postcard? Is it the agent that left them a voice message?
Maybe.
Or is it the agent that left them a flower arrangement, already created marketing materials for them? Nothing being bought or sold. Just wanted to interview for the job of marketing your home. Oh my God, you're subservient. You're a marketer. You don't put a price in there. You're just showing them, this is what I can do for you. Are you ready to remarket? Let me know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Glenn, I know we're at the top of the hour. Out of respect for these guys, I know if you want to stick around, I'm going to steal the thing really quick because we got a lot of new people on here. So really quick, if you're joining us for the first time, one is I'm honored to have you on class, and I hope that you'll come back next week and join us again. We have another amazing class scheduled for you. But if you have any questions that we did not get to or don't get to today, please go to our private Facebook group. We're 3,000, 3,100, almost 3,200 and growing. It's for you as an agent to ask questions, and you get answers from your peers all over the U.S. We're at 3,100. It's facebook.com/groups/agent mastermind. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the catch? What's the catch? What are we going to sell? We're not selling anything. We are strictly here at Agent Mastermind to provide something of value for you, whether it's one word, whether it's a whole strategy, whether it's a whole system. I don't care what it is. We're looking to bring up-to-date tools, systems, and strategies to you on a weekly basis every single week. We've been doing it for 2 years now, and I'm excited to have you here, and I hope that today we've helped one person to go out there and just break through their fears and go out and knock on expired listings, or maybe get a new listing tonight, or whatever it may be. That's really our truly passion. If you would like a copy of the recording and the PowerPoint of what Glenn has so graciously shared with us today, please contact the loan professional that sent you here. He will get you the recording, along with the last 8 recordings that we did, one on database management that I'd highly recommend watching. Also, Phone Burner, a system to call an unlimited number of people in a very short period of time, and you got to watch the class. I don't have time to explain it here, but an amazing system. So thank you so much for joining us, and we're just going to kind of open it up. Paul, is there any questions that we didn't get to?
You guys have kept.
I appreciate the kind words, Glenn. A lot of fantastic class. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep. Quite a bit of that, and you guys have absolutely kept me rolling. Scotty, if you could, do you have a copy of Glenn's PowerPoint? One of the most popular questions for the day today was if you could show a copy or show the picture of what this flower pot actually looks like. A lot of people were asking for the visual on this. Guys, girls, it is literally, it's just a flower pot with some flowers in it. Some have asked, do you do fresh or do you do fake? I think you said that John was doing fake because it was costing less money with fake right now up in that area. For here in Florida, we just do real. I mean, we've got access to, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody or say anything about weather. I'm just saying we don't have to concern ourselves with the fresh flowers being overly expensive during certain times of a year. And you can literally go to some of the local nurseries around here, and you can pick up, you know, just in like little cheap flower pot, just little cheap flowers already in a little plastic flower pot for $5 each. Then you go to the dollar store and you get a cool looking snazzy bucket with pink on it or with red on it or whatever you do. You got a total of $7, $6-7 invested in the entire flower pot.
Most of my agents are spending about $10 at most on a flower pot. I know John's doing it for like about $5 because he's going through the dollar store, and he's using coffee cups now along with a piece of styrofoam and a floral arrangement that he sticks onto the styrofoam. And then he decorates it with three things: a cover letter, property business card, and the brochure.
And I got to read this from Jennifer. She absolutely is hitting the nail on the head with this comment, so indulge me on this one, Scotty. Her comment is, who cares about the flower pot? This webinar is so encouraging to get folks out there and make it personal to get those FSBOs and expired listings. I can't agree with Jennifer more. The flower pot is the gizmo. It's the shiny object that gets people to recognize you. Guys, this is a amazing strategy to give you a comfort level to get out there and target those expired listings, to give yourselves a reason to get in front of a FSBO and feel good about what you've got. It really, I can't agree with Jennifer more on what she said. It's not about the flower pot. It's about the strategy, and get out there and contact these people, especially these expireds. They want to sell their home. Who cares what the downfall was from before? It's an opportunity for you now.
Absolutely.
Well, Paul, the flower pot does give them the courage and the ability to make the call.
Yep.
Show them results in advance. So again, people are saying, I'm going to do coffee cups like John. Other people are doing. It's a matter of what
it's a confidence thing.
You will not throw away. What do you want to put your results in advance into? And then it gets down to two basic things. Are you going to make 3 visits today, and are you going to make 12 to 18 calls? Do that every day. The flower pot, the coffee cup, whatever it is, are you going to go see 3 in-person visits today and grow your business?
Absolutely. One of the big questions that came up was, I know as far as the FSBO goes, that's more of a calling situation. With the expired, it's a drop that flower pot and make that, and go to their home and make that introduction. The question that came up with it, Glenn, was after I've dropped off the flower, I've gone on my tour, I've dropped off 3 flower pots today to 3 expired listings, and 2 of them took it right out of my hand. How do I follow up with that person, or do I simply wait for them to follow up with me?
No, you absolutely. It goes to that pain of disconnect. Let them have it for a couple of days. You want to follow up and get the appointment. The goal of all of this is to get an appointment, a 1-hour appointment, and find out what their needs are. Mm-hmm. If someone were to follow up and say, I am going to remarket my home, but we want to fix this, we want to do that, we want to, okay, so it's 30 days out. At least you now know that they want to remarket, they want to use you. You don't need to take it out of any type of system you've got, and you're going to help them stage and get ready for the listing.
Yes.
You're going to go back and follow up in person if you left it behind, finding out if they're for real, if they're serious about remarketing their home. So I would not.
Excellent.
I would not wait for them. I would definitely get back in front of them and find out what their needs are and when they need it.
And so a question's coming up. One more question, Scotty. A couple of people have asked
this. If you have any
this.
questions left, just out of consideration, if you go to facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind, I would love it if you would give a little kudos to John for being so gracious to come on here. John, if you're still there, thank you so much. Thank you so much, John, for being that. And I don't know, it's just overcoming the fear and getting out there and just doing it, and you had no idea. You had no idea what they're going to say. People are going to walk out with a baseball bat or whatever. So thank you so much for knocking it out of the park with this strategy and sharing it with us and being obviously awesome. I can't wait to hear how, I can't wait to follow you throughout the year and kind of see what you're doing, where you're going, and what else is happening for you. So congratulations on that. Glenn, as always, it was a pleasure hanging with you, and of course, always an honor to have you on the call, and I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate you as a person. If you guys have any questions, please go to the Facebook page, and if you want a copy of this recording and the PowerPoint, get with the loan professional that sent you here. He will have a copy of that after, usually we have it up by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon at the latest. We just have to do a little bit of work to it to get it up there. And look forward to seeing you guys on the call next week. Glenn, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And,
you guys have a great day.
Great day, everybody.
Take care. You got it, man. See you later.